You can be surrounded by people and still feel like you are on another planet. You laugh at the right moments. You say the right things. You play your role. On the outside, nothing looks wrong. But inside, there is a quiet distance. A sense that no one really sees you. You leave social situations more drained than nourished, wondering why you feel so alone when you are not actually alone. This is not just about having better friends or being more social. The feeling of loneliness around people is often a deep nervous system, attachment, and identity issue. Your body, your past, and your beliefs about yourself are all shaping how connected or disconnected you feel. You are not broken for feeling this way. You are patterned, and those patterns were formed for reasons that once made sense. For many people, the root is emotional neglect. Maybe your caregivers were physically present but emotionally distant, distracted, or overwhelmed. Your basic needs were met, but your inner world was not really known. No one asked how you truly felt. No one stayed with your big emotions. So your nervous system learned this quiet rule: I am alone with what matters most inside me. And that rule followed you into adulthood. When you grow up like this, you often develop a social mask. You become good at performing the version of you that feels acceptable, the funny one, the helpful one, the competent one, the calm one. People may like this version of you. They might even admire you. But if no one sees the messy, confused, vulnerable parts, you can feel profoundly alone. It is like your real self is hiding backstage while your life plays out on the main stage without you. Your nervous system also plays a role. If your body is often in fight, flight, or freeze, true connection is hard. When you feel unsafe on a deep level, your system is scanning for threats instead of relaxing into presence. In a group, you might be worrying about how you sound, whether people like you, or if you said something wrong. You are in self-monitoring mode, not connection mode. Your eyes are open, but you are not really there. Trauma intensifies this. If you have experienced betrayal, bullying, rejection, or abuse, being around people can automatically activate your defenses. You might smile and talk, but part of you is already pulled back. Your body remembers what it felt like to be hurt in relationships, so it keeps you slightly armored, slightly distant. You crave closeness, but you also brace for impact. This conflict creates emotional loneliness in the middle of company. There is also the layer of authenticity. You can only feel as connected as you feel expressed. If you are constantly editing yourself, walking on eggshells, or hiding your real opinions and feelings, connection cannot go deep. You might think, if they knew the real me, they would leave. So you keep relationships on safe, shallow ground. The price of that safety is that no one ever truly meets you. They meet your mask, and you stay lonely behind it. Some people feel alone around others because they have learned to be the listener, the caretaker, the one who holds space. You might be the friend everyone vents to, the one who gives advice, the strong one. You know other people's stories very well, but they do not really know yours. You are a container for other people's pain, but where does your pain go? You are not alone because no one needs you. You are alone because no one really knows you. Spiritually, feeling alone, even around people, can also signal a disconnection from yourself. If you have abandoned your own needs, intuition, and truth for a long time, no amount of external company can fill that gap. You can be in a crowded room and still feel like a ghost, because the part of you that is most alive is not being lived. The loneliness is not just out there in others. It is in here, where you have not yet come home to yourself. There is also the mismatch factor. Sometimes you feel alone because you are surrounded by people who do not share your values, depth, or pace. If you are wired for deep conversations and meaning, but most interactions around you stay at gossip, small talk, or surface-level topics, your soul stays hungry. Nothing is wrong with you for wanting more. The pain comes when you start believing you are too much for depth or too weird for real connection. On a cognitive level, your beliefs shape your experience. If you carry core stories like, I am unlovable, no one understands me, or I do not belong anywhere, your mind filters interactions through that lens. Neutral moments become proof of rejection. Awkward silences feel like evidence that you do not fit. Even when someone is trying to connect, you might not fully let it in, because it clashes with the story you have been telling yourself for years. So what can you do with all of this? The answer is not to force yourself to be more extroverted or to collect more contacts. The work begins inside. First, with honest awareness. Start by gently noticing where you feel the loneliest. Is it in big groups, one-on-one, family settings, romantic relationships? What do you do with your feelings in those moments? Do you shut down, perform, overtalk, or disappear into your head? Then, bring curiosity to your history. When was the first time you remember feeling alone around people? Was it at the dinner table with your family? In school? In a relationship where you could not be yourself? These memories are not just stories. They are imprints in your nervous system. As you identify them, you can start to say, "It makes sense that I feel this way." Instead of shaming the loneliness, you begin to understand it as a natural response to your past. On a body level, practicing presence can slowly change your experience of being with others. Simple things like feeling your feet on the ground while you talk, noticing your breath, or placing gentle attention on your chest can help you stay more in yourself while you are with people. When you are more connected to your own body, you are less likely to fully disappear into performance or anxiety. You stay a bit more at home, inside, even in company. You can also experiment with micro-honesty. This means sharing small, true pieces of yourself instead of jumping straight from mask to full vulnerability. For example, saying, "I feel a little nervous right now," or "I've actually been struggling with that too," when it is real for you. These small moments create tiny bridges of authenticity. Not everyone will cross them, but some will. And those are the people you can build deeper connection with. Another part of healing loneliness is letting yourself be seen by the right people, not by everyone. You do not need to open your soul in every room. You just need a few safe, aligned connections where your inner world is welcome. That might come through therapy, support groups, creative communities, spiritual circles, or simply one friend who is capable of depth. It is okay if your circle is small. Depth matters more than volume. It is also important to grieve. To grieve the times you were surrounded by people who could not meet you. To grieve the childhood rooms where you felt invisible. To grieve the relationships where you hid so much of yourself just to be tolerated. This grief is not self-pity. It is clearing space. It allows you to stop unconsciously recreating the same emptiness in new rooms, because you have finally honored how much it hurt. As your relationship with yourself softens, something subtle shifts. You begin to feel less frantic about being understood by everyone. You stop abandoning yourself in order to belong. You might still feel alone sometimes, but it no longer feels like proof that you are defective. It feels like information. Maybe this space is not for the deepest parts of me. Maybe I am allowed to seek or create spaces where I can bring more of who I am. Over time, the combination of self-connection, nervous system regulation, and more honest relating begins to change the quality of your loneliness. You may still enjoy solitude, but it is no longer confused with isolation. You may still have social pain, but you understand where it comes from and how to respond to it with care. You start to notice moments of real resonance with others and let them land, instead of brushing them away as accidents. If you feel alone even around people, you are not failing at being human. You are feeling the gap between the connection you needed and the connection you received. That awareness hurts, but it is also the doorway to living differently. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to slow down and be more real. You are allowed to build a life where your inner world does not have to sit silently in the corner while the performance goes on. Subscribe for more on loneliness, attachment, trauma, nervous system healing, and spiritual awakening. Like if you recognize parts of yourself in this video. Share it with someone who seems surrounded by people, but carries a quiet sadness in their eyes. You are not truly alone inside your aloneness. There is a part of you that has been watching, feeling, and longing this whole time. That part of you is the beginning of real connection, both with yourself and with the people who are capable of meeting you there.